Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be having a look at this little thing, which is the new Radiomaster Gyro for the Radiomaster MT12 surface radio, which I've got here on the left. So if you haven't seen this, this is supposed to add gesture control to the controller. So you will be able to have two channels work by moving the controller left to right or pitching the controller like this. So I'm going to show you how to install it, and then we're going to try it out and see what it's like. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do to accomplish this is to remove the stock plate here and replace it with this. So that does mean, unfortunately, you are going to lose the two position switches at the bottom. Now, to do this, the first thing we need to do is remove the batteries. So the whole battery unit can be taken out like this, and it just plugs into here. So first thing you need to do is take that out. Now we're going to find this wire, and this is the wire that is your front expansion here. So we're going to have to take this one out. So that's joined on there. And then we should be able to push this out here. I think it just unclips here, and then we can push it out. Right, there we go. So it just comes out like that. Now put that in a safe place, and we're going to put in a gyro control unit here. So just feed the wire through there, a little bit fiddly. There we go. And that is just going to clip on there like that and push. And it's as simple as that. And you've got that fitted in there. And then this is just going to plug right back in there. Make sure you've got the plug the right way around, like that. I've actually got it the wrong way around. Here we go. Plug it in there. And there you have it. That is the gyro control unit fitted in there. And you're now ready to change the settings in the controller to get the gyro unit functioning. So you just need to put the batteries back in, and then we'll have a look at the controller. Okay, so to get this working in the controller, the first thing we're going to need to do is turn it on. Then you're going to need to scroll over to the hardware page. Now, if you see here, we want to change S3 to axis X. And then we need to change S4 to axis Y. We'll then need to run a calibration just to get everything in order. So it's important that we do this calibration step with the controller flat on the ground so the gyro isn't moving. So we're going to hit the calibration and press enter to start. Now everything needs to be set to its midpoint. So just make sure all these are set to the midpoint. That'll be set to the midpoint. It's got a little spring in there, so I don't think there'll be a problem there. Then you need to go to the next setting. Now you need to move everything to its maximum. So the wheel, the throttle, and you do have to do these at the same time because you are calibrating everything, not just the gyro. Set these to their maximum and leave them in the middle. This pot here. And now this is where you want to calibrate your gyro. So we're going to move it like this. And we're going to move it like this. And then put it back down again. And we're going to press enter. And that should be the calibration process done. The very last step in the process is going to be to go over to the input screen and create a new input. So we can put this on number 9. And we're going to go down to where it says source. And then we're going to move. And you see there, it has detected it as S3, which is our axis there. So I'm going to go back. We're then going to go to input number 10. And we're going to click on source again. And then we're going to move it forward. And you see that's been detected now as S4. So there you've got your 2 inputs set up. You've got S3 and S4. Then you can go over to your mixes page. And I think we'll put this on channel 5 and 6. So if we go to channel 5 and click edit, we'll go on source, and that'll be our left and right. And you can see it's automatically picked up input 9 there. And we'll go back. And then we'll go to channel 6. Edit that. Source. And we'll move that forward. Oh, and as you can see there, it has picked up that source. So we'll go back. And then we've got on our mixer on channel 5 and channel 6, we've got the input set up there. So now if we go over to our channel monitor, here, we've got channel 5 and 6, we should see some movement there. I hope it's not too hard to see with the lighting. Maybe if I move it a little bit over here, you can see we are moving there. So here I've got a really basic setup for demonstration purposes. I've got a little simple 6-channel receiver here, and my pan and tilt mount is wired into channel 5 and 6. So now when I move the controller, you will see that the pan and tilt will pan. And you may have already noticed the problem is that the tilt is reversed. The pan is okay. That's fine. But the tilt, we have a problem. So let's fix that, and I'm going to show you how to. So all we need to do to fix that is we need to go across to our input tab, and we need to find whatever input we're using for the tilt. So that was input 10. We're going to go edit, and you're going to go down to the weight and set that from 100 to -100. And that will just invert the channel. Okay, there we go. So it's at -100. Come out of that. And now we can see that our tilt is working correctly. So you've got pan and you've got tilt. Okay, so what is the big red button, you may ask? So the big red button is your gyro center button. So you're going to press that for 2 seconds. 1, 2. And then it will flash like that, confirming that you have centered the gyro. And what that's for is that's for when you're holding the controller in a neutral position. Maybe neutral for you is you hold it like that, or maybe you hold it slightly down. What that button is going to allow you to do is to set that to 0, so you'll be sending a 0 instead of sending a gyro signal. So one thing I'm not too sure about is the pan is controlled like this, when logically you think it'd be controlled like this. And that doesn't actually do anything. It's only got axis in this direction and this direction. You haven't got any your axis in that gyro at all. So what can you use this for? Well, you can use it for a pan and tilt like this. You can use it for rear wheel steering on a crawler, or you can use it for a tank turret, which might be quite interesting. So you could tilt up and down with a tank turret with the gun, and you could rotate your tank turret like that. You could also use that for your rear wheel steering on a crawler, as that'll be your main steering. And then you use that for your rear wheel steering. Well, that's it for me. If you did find this interesting, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So surely that should be the pan, but it isn't. That's pan. Is that correct, Radiomaster? Is that how we pan? I don't think so.